Mayor Mike Inman coming to you from Macomb City Hall. It's Friday, March 27th, 2020. We're about a week in, almost a week into Governor Pritzker's stay-at-home order. So it's our ask for your continued compliance with that, and reminder that the order calls for essential travel only. And we're getting some good compliance, but I must ask you to please limit your interactions as much as possible. We're getting into a rather critical stage here to help contain and slow the spread of this virus, and it's vitally important that you be a part of that solution. However, to that end, I would remind you that one of the essential travel allowances is for you to check on folks who may otherwise be totally independent and unable to be anything but homebound. So if you've got friends or neighbors that are homebound, it's important for us to check on them to make sure how they're doing. And you can do that very easily and still maintain the tenets of social distancing. And whether that's just going to their house, allowing them to come to a door that separates between the two of you and making sure they're okay, or going to a window or something like that, limiting that social contact. And then if they do need something, allowing for you to get that to them with as minimal amount of contact between the two as possible. Again, let's check on those folks that are have no other people to check on them. So we would remind you too that we expect some severe weather, some severe spring weather over the weekend, mainly tomorrow on Saturday. So keep your local ability to get that information handy, whether it's your smartphone or you're on some sort of supported network where you have access to alerts. That is a very strong possibility tomorrow that we'll be experiencing severe weather in the area. We'd also like to remind those that have connections to small business that through federal and state support and financial support, there are several programs that have come online in the last few days. We'd ask you to share with your friends in small business, or if you're a small business owner here in the community, actually the Chamber of Commerce has probably one of the most comprehensive websites for you to get information to avail yourselves of those programs. So it's simply Macomb chamberofcommerce.com. That's all one word, it's Macomb Area Chamber of Commerce.com. And you can get that information. They have it all linked there very nicely. You also should be seeing some flyers out in the community. We'll also post that here on this page as well. The flyers are two-sided and they're in color. It's a general reminder of what you should be doing about taking proper protocol, washing your hands, social distancing, and those kind of things. But it's also a reminder of what to do if you think you may have some symptoms of COVID-19. Again, we're reminding you not to go to the hospital unless it's an emergency. In other words, you're short of breath or there's an immediate medical condition that you need to address. You should call 911 under those circumstances. But if you think you have symptoms that are consistent, or you don't know, you just want to make sure, don't go to the hospital, don't drive to your primary care provider, call them. As a matter of fact, we're providing that number for the nurse hotline on the screen now, so that you can call a hospital employee at MDH, a nurse. They will evaluate your symptoms that you describe over the phone, and then they will give you specific guidance on what to do from there. And if that includes testing, they'll direct you to the method by which you can get testing, and testing is occurring here in Macomb, so that's not to worry. Again, don't go directly to your provider or to the hospital. Call the nurse hotline posted on or that you see here. But more importantly, if you have friends that don't have access to YouTube, you should be assured that through our partnership with the hospital and the Medina County Health Department, we printed thousands of those flyers, and you should be seeing those in bags as you leave some of the essential businesses that are open in the community. For example, the grocery stores, gas stations, and some of the other essential businesses that are open. You'll be getting those flyers. You take them with you right as you leave the store in your merchandise bags. We'd remind you too that if you can encourage your friends to stay at home. The more we all do this together, the better the outcome will be for all of us. So please remind folks in your sphere of influence to stay at home and limit their interaction in public places. It's so vitally important right now. If you need some additional information, some things that you still want to make sure you're keeping track of, you can still contact the cdc.gov. That information is updated with some frequency. The core tenets of social distancing, hand washing, and those other preventative measures are still in place, but there's some other information you might want to make yourself aware of there as well. And then you can also reach out to the Illinois Department of Public Health website at dph.illinois.gov, and all that information should be on your screen. If not now, it will be in just a couple of short seconds. Again, expecting some severe weather this weekend. Be prepared for that, and continue to do your very best to stay at home and stop and limit the spread of the coronavirus. Thank you, and we'll be in touch again.